Why wouldn't you want a cashless society? Think of the impact on crime. Drug dealers could no longer hide in the shadows. All manner of people could no longer evade taxes. Mugging someone for cash anyway would be a thing of the past, and how could a burglar sell his stolen goods? What you might call courtesanship or pay-for-play horizontal jogging would finally be curved. Sorry about the euphemism, YouTube doesn't like certain words. It's a panacea, it's utopia. Where's the downside? This is what's known as a utilitarian argument, which says we should do the actions that produce the greatest amount of happiness. These ideas were championed by the likes of Jeremy Bentham and John Stuart Mill. They sound quite attractive until the moment you think about them. Utilitarian arguments require you to do the greatest good for the greatest number of people. This could of course involve harming others, but that would be a violation of the Judeo-Christian golden rule, to treat others as you wish to be treated. So philosophically it's flawed, but is there a practical case from the examples above? Well, no. Drug dealers would simply claim to be selling something else, and the users are hardly going to contradict it. Ladies of the night, as it were, would claim to be massage therapists all the more vehemently. Stolen goods would simply be renamed and crime would remain. Yes, it's probably more convenient for large companies, but the downsides hardly make up for the administrative convenience of some corporations. So, what are the downsides? Well, they are legion. First, your every transaction could be timed, tracked, traced and placed. That is a great deal of power to give to any government. Imagine the party you like least having that much power over you. Are you comfortable with that? Power then lies completely with the central banking system and government. Your supply of money can be cut off if someone doesn't like you. Does that sound incredible? It's already happening to some people even now as the banks discontinue services to some people on the fringes but don't want to give them their money back. They're left rather high and dry, but at least a cash reserve means they can buy basic goods. Every transaction you make would be logged by the government. They could control what you are eligible to buy. Does that sound far-fetched? Well, you've already ceded bodily autonomy with a mandatory vax. So, why couldn't a government say, for example, your obesity is putting pressure on the NHS and we've already agreed we need to save the NHS, so no food for you for 3 days. They could literally ration your food. Shouldn't you be the one to decide what you eat rather than some bureaucrat? Starvation or food restriction has been used by governments and rulers since the beginning of time. Do you think human nature has suddenly changed? Again, would you like your worst enemy with that power over you? What if the government didn't like you politically? Want to go to an anti-government demo? Sorry, you can't buy petrol or a rail ticket today. Actually, you can't pay your mortgage for a few months now. Be a good pleb and obey, or be homeless. They could set personal interest rates based on your social credit or skin colour or ethnicity. Imagine being black if an overtly racist government official set your personal interest rates. The opportunities for corruption are endless. If the economy was a bit sluggish and they wanted a spending boost, they could set time limits for you to spend your money in a spend it or lose it scenario. Saving for the future would become impossible, and deferred consumption, as we know, is the basis of investment funding. What if a green-tinted government was elected who'd prefer you to eat bugs rather than meat? They could simply prevent purchases of meat. They could stop you buying alcohol, meat, petrol, imported goods from a country they didn't like. It could be rationing because of climate change in no time at all. There's a large section of society, such as older people or those on benefits, whose basic bank accounts do not provide a credible bank card. These people have cash lifestyles and would be disenfranchised if society went cashless. No car boot sales, no market stalls, no easy payment if you do a simple job for your friend. All the convenience of cash gone. Without cash, you can no longer pay dues without the intervention of a bank who are primarily beholden to the government. You can no longer withdraw your cash as such, just transfer it around, but always under their stewardship. If you can't control something, to what extent do you really own it? Cash means freedom. Don't give that up. You'd be handing over power to third-party bankers who have consistently and repeatedly proven their irresponsibility. They could use your cash recklessly for their own financial, material and monopolistic gain to the detriment of everyone else. Won't you learn this lesson from history? Banks could simply use your cash to protect themselves from their own mistakes. Would that make them more or less responsible? It will lead directly to a financial and political system completely controlled by the establishment, the same people who've handled COVID so well. This will be straight out of Animal Farm, where the best goods are only available to a connected elite. It is hard to see why anyone might strive for self-improvement if his wealth can be seized in a millisecond or his purchases controlled. That would destroy the entrepreneurial classes, and without them, what do you think might happen to the economy? In practical terms, what if there was a significant denial of service attack on the UK internet? Say it was down for a couple of weeks. What if the electricity supply was disrupted? How could you buy anything? Cash is freedom. Cash is self-control. Cash is self-determination. Digital currency, on the other hand, is digital control, and it is vital we resist. This may be the most important battle we'll ever fight, because if we meekly hand over this much power to any government, it will corrupt them, and we all know it. So it's vital we all say no. Keep the pound, the euro, or the dollar in your pocket, because cash is freedom. Please retweet this to everyone you know, because if we lose this battle, the future is dark indeed. If you like this, please like, recommend, and subscribe. I'm getting some great feedback in the comments, so please also tell me what you think.